Here's an interesting fact. On their last tour of America, the Rolling Stones made more money from selling T-shirts than they did from selling tickets. And if you bought the first Frankie Goes to Hollywood album, you were offered the opportunity to purchase from a staggering range of leisure wear, including Frankie Goes to Hollywood T-shirt, of course, Frankie Goes to Hollywood vest, a pair of Frankie Goes to Hollywood socks, Frankie Goes to Hollywood sweatshirt, normal version, a Frankie Goes to Hollywood sweatshirt deluxe version, a duffel bag to put the whole lot in, and let's not forget, Frankie Goes to Hollywood boxer shorts. To find out just how big a force merchandising is in pop today, we set out to find the people who make it their business. Karen Hughes, you're marketing manager for Island Trading. How did this campaign on Frankie Goes to Hollywood merchandise get started?
Well, as you're probably aware, the Frankie Say T-shirt campaign enjoyed a good deal of success throughout the spring and summer of '84, but unfortunately there was a good deal of piracy riding on the back of that success, which meant, unfortunately, that the consumer didn't always get the genuine article, the quality T-shirt that was originally intended to reach them.
Let's talk about these giant Frankie Say, Arm the Unemployed and all kinds of things T-shirts. How many of those were actually sold?
I would say in the area of 1 million. It was enormously successful.
So that's nearly as many T-shirts as records, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
Paul, fans of Frankie Goes to Hollywood seem to have an inclination to buy more or less anything to do with them.
All fans of pop groups have an inclination to buy anything that's attached to a pop group because it's a way of filling the boredom of their lives. I just, as a theoretician and a fan of pop music in its essence, find it a little bit insulting that they should have to buy crap. I'd rather they buy something smart that isn't just based around Holly Johnson's face.
Would you rather they just bought the records and left it at that?
To an extent. I hate scarves and I hate things like that and funny little metal badges that are just basically an image and not even any words. I mean, if things are going to be done, I like it to be quite provocative in itself, not just because it's, say, Frankie Goes to Hollywood or Wham. I mean, I remember when we did the Frankie Say T-shirts, the fundamental reason we did that is because we just didn't want Holly's head on a chest. Because I kind of find that really weird that people walk around with George Michael's head on their chest. It seems to be a weird kind of perverted worship. So we rather there be words going out into the world instead of somebody's kind of dismembered head.
So you're actually marketing their name in a way like Coca-Cola might market their product, like a logo.
The logo in itself is completely abstract. It's just that, but in a sense it stands for something very positive. And I think it's far preferable, and Holly would agree, than just having his head there. Do you know what I mean? It's like it actually means something outside of Frankie Goes to Hollywood. So as much as there's the music, if you do want to kind of buy the attachments and the adjunct things, these funny little scarves and everything, at least you're going to get something of use. Because for me, one of the great things that ever happened out of Two Tribes, say, was that when those bootleggers did those funny little satin scarves that they sell for God knows what reason, there's actually a picture of Lenin on there. I kind of like that.
When you're getting involved with things like making duffel bags and selling them to people, you're surely making quite a lot of money.
Somebody is. But it's a great job, though, because when we were told, oh, come on, put in a merchandising slip in the album, I went, everybody went, oh, God, you've got to be joking, it's the bloody Thompson twins, let's not have none of that, But then you can have a bit of fun out of it, the Virginia wool vest, the Jean Jeanette boxer shorts. Because it is a con, of course it's a con, the whole thing is a con, because it's based in capitalism, so there's bound to be those associations and those awful people that rip you off and trying to make as much money out of every area of your consumerism as they possibly can. The thing to do is therefore to do it with intelligence and to do it with a certain amount of kind of glamorous irony. It's all that's left.
Have you no idea how much money you've spent in the last 10 minutes?
About £45.
And what have you bought? What have you got for that money?
I bought like a designer shirt, the black embroidered sweatshirt.
So you've got 4 different tops there.
Yes.
You're not going to wear them all at once, are you?
No.
I spent about £15.
Do you work?
No.
£6 on the t-shirt, £12 on the sweatshirt.
And how much do you pay for the tickets tonight?
£10.95.
Do you normally spend this kind of money when you come to a concert? Why do you do
It's
it?
about £10. Huh?
Why do you do it? Why do you spend money on things like
It's
this?
hearing live music and it's a souvenir.
About
About £6.
I spent about 10. About 10.
I've seen loads of people spending up to about 20.
And the tickets were £8.
Do you work?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think it's worthwhile when you get home with all this stuff?
Yeah.
You're glad you bought it?
I'd show my friends that I've been to concerts and like that, because they usually can't get to these guys because they're mostly sold out.
Keepsake.
Yeah.
Souvenir, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just to say that you've seen the band, really.
You don't feel you're getting swindled at all, do you?
Possibly, but I think they're worth it.
Sometimes.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
The
it's worth getting swindled.
Well, no, it's worth getting the books. The books are worth it because they're only £2, whereas at most other concerts they're really expensive.
Who do you think gets the money out of these things?
Well, make the merchandise, not the band.
You don't think the band gets anything
Well, they
out of it?
get a small percentage. And said TT, I mean, Paul Morley, if you're listening, I bet you get a lot, don't you? Slightly commercial.
What do you think about the kind of merchandising that is sold on tour? You can buy Frankie purses and wallet cases and so forth with little dummy American Express cards inside them. Doesn't it sort of show a contempt for the audience, that kind of
Probably
thing?
does, yeah. I didn't really know that was going to happen until I saw the funny little leaflet in the programme, you know. I kind of think it seems to be once a rock group gets to this stage where they're very, very successful, sell a lot of records, everyone thinks they must make lots of money out of their records. It seems to be, for me, that they don't. They actually make a lot of money out of the associate things. You know,
Do you think that's
the
something
wallets.
that's going to grow? I mean, it seems to be in America at the moment, you make your money from beer sponsorship and things like that rather than from selling records.
That's right, yeah. It's the attachments that seem to make the money for the group as opposed to the records.
Can you imagine Frankie or the groups you're involved with actually lending their name, let's say, to a hamburger or some product if there was £1 million in it?
I hope so. I'd like to see it, yeah.
It's a funny thing, you know, I'd have quite liked to have seen the concert myself, but after I bought the sweatshirts of various kinds and the scarf and the poster and the Frankie Goes to Hollywood fitted bathroom and so forth, well, a ticket, it's £8, you know, and it seems a bit extravagant to me.